Hi everyone, Liz here, thanks for stopping by. So, I'm doing something a little bit different, well different for me anyway today. Yeah, I got this canvas from diychoose March last year, so it's over a year old and it's only a little painting. As you can see, it's exceptionally sticky here in the UK again today. So yeah, what I thought is I'm going to change the regular acrylic drills into crystals, and I don't mean I'm going to do magic and turn them. What I'm going to do is substitute them out. Just realised what that sounded like. Oh dear. Anyway, so I only need five colours. One of them is the normal 310 black, so there is actually only 4 colours that I need. There's a brown and then they're all blues, so it should be pretty straightforward. I've got my little lipstick case that has 8 little bottles in it, which, yeah, I thought I'll use this one. Oh, that one wants a good clean, goodness me. Yeah, these are from AliExpress. So they're actually lipstick holders. I've got them in several different sizes, and if you've been with me for a while, you will have seen several of them before. I do like using them because they're just easy, and the drills don't drop out. Sorry, the bottles don't drop out either. You've got your little stand at the end as well for your pen, look, so you can stand your pen in the end. I don't really use that side, to be fair, but yeah, they're just handy rather than getting a big zip out case or faffing about with the little ones where you get the 4 all joined together. I'm no good with those. They tend to all fall out, as again, if you've been with me for a while, you'll probably know that. If you are new, hello, thank you for stopping by. Hope you'll stay with us and subscribe and come back and see us again. Right, so what I need to do is sort my crystals out a little bit first, because I don't think that will take too long to just sort out, well, fingers crossed, the 4 different colours. So I'll just put that on one side for now. Now, when I say I'm going to sort out my crystals into my generic storage, this is my generic storage. I do also have all of these, which is when I used to colour match them. So yeah, maybe I'll need that for doing those. Yeah, I've got green and blue and pink and all different colours. Oh, got all different little stoppers at the end there. I didn't realise they were in there. It's a while since I've opened this, as you can probably tell, so yeah, I'll take those out of there. I'll be looking for them and thinking, where are they? And they're all in there, and I didn't know I had some little dividers left as well. Oh, right, okay, so yeah, I'm having a really good sort out, and I'm coming to the end of my sort out, yes. Okay, so I shall put those on one side for now. Look how faded this is though, and we don't get any sun in this room, but yeah, look, that's the colour that it was, that pink colour, and that's the colour it's gone now. I did think the other day, actually, I'm sure those boxes were pink when I got them. I didn't realise they were quite so pale, but they weren't. It's because they faded in the sun on the front. As I say, and my craft room is north facing. I think that's just how hot it's been. Right, I'll just pop that one out the way for now. These are all just the standard size, like crystal gems. They're not the bigger ones or the special shapes. They're all in my other box. I have got a system set up. They're ready for the squares when I get them. This system is based on Rebecca Admore Zest, and it is the 447 DMC codes, but this is for all my crystals. So every colour has a little card in it, and behind every card is a bag, and these are the round ones. And then eventually, if I get squares, I will put the squares in here as well. At the moment, because I haven't got many, they do all fit into one box. And this is how I started out. I'm just looking to see if I've got any that have got any gems in. I know I have got some, but not many. But I've got the bags already there waiting. So if I do a full crystal canvas, or I get any crystals that have got a proper DMC code on it, then I am putting them away into DMC code order. So that's those for now. I must have some 666 surely. Just let me, I've got to find one now. I'm on the hunt. No, that's 680. Gosh, some of these numbers have faded as well. Goodness me. Just talk amongst yourselves while I just look. There's one. Yay. Look, I've done a canvas that has 334 in it, and that is colour 334. So there you are. So yeah, oops. All my gems have just fallen on the floor. Oh dear. I hope it's not going to be one of those videos again. Anyway, I don't need those today because I want to use up my other spares, and I haven't colour matched any into these. These have just literally been when there has been a DMC code. My system is getting just that a little bit complicated, but it's how it's working at the moment. It is evolving though. It has moved along from when I first started doing it, so it is getting better. Move those out the way. And just pick all these crystals up off the floor because I've just dropped them all. Oh my goodness me. This is just out of one of my really useful tubs, the rub storage system. These just fit into those boxes and you can put all your little bits and pieces in. That's just a spare one that I'm not using at the moment. So I was putting my crystals in, but as I've now just chucked them all over the floor. That didn't really work very well. And I don't do these things on purpose. These things just happen to me. You're lucky there actually, because I was reaching quite a far away from sitting in my chair, and I did get this, and oh my goodness, if I fall off this chair, this is going to be a really strange video. I'll either end up on the floor laughing, or I could end up in hospital. Either way, maybe makes a good TikTok video, but not good for filming YouTube on diamond painting. Anyway. Right, where shall I put this one? I'm going to put that one over there for now. Right, so after I'd spent hours colour matching on my gems, I decided I've had enough of sitting, and because lighting's not brilliant, and my craft room is quite dark, and if I sit downstairs, hubby's like, what on earth are you doing? And he just, well, anyway. No, to be fair, you know, he wants to chat away to me, and I'm sort of like in the zone trying to match these colours up. And I'll say to him, do you think this colour looks like this one? And she says, oh, it might do. You know, yeah. So I've started now just putting them in bags of like blues and greens, and as you can see, what have I got? Blue, pink, brown, gold, purple, amber, and then the green at the end there. So I've just started putting them in like a bag and putting them all together. They're all still in the separate bags, so they are actually still in the separate colours. I may sit and colour match them, but at the moment I'm kind of, oh, life's a bit too short to be sat colour matching gems. To be honest, these will probably just get donated as they are. But anyway, so I need to put this. This is left over from my Smashing the Specials. Look at this lot. These are just standard crystals that came on canvases that didn't have any DMC codes, or ones where it's been a special drill project and there was no DMC codes. So again, they will just get donated for people that do, you know, things with the beads a lot more than I do. I've got an empty bag there. Oh well, that's a good start. That's an empty one. Right, so I need to sort these out into colours. Okay, so right here, there, hope everybody is okay and that life is treating you as kindly as possible. I know I have a few YouTube friends, and yeah, they're having a bit of a tough time at the moment, so lots of love and hugs to anybody that's having a tough time. I know it's not good. Has that got a number on it? Anything that's got a number on, I'm putting on one side, because I need to swap those bags out, because I do want to keep those bags. If I do decide to go ahead and donate these, I want my bags. So that's an orange one separate. They're more browny, aren't they, then? Anyway, I'll put them in that pile for now, and we'll see how we get on. Yeah, this is where all my bags go, look, you see. I just tend to put them and then they get donated with all these different gems in them. Blue. And what did I say that one was? Did I say that one was blue, or is that grey? Actually, that might be quite a nice colour on the butterfly. Let me just keep that one out, because it's more of a browny colour, but I think because it's going to be crystals, a brown crystal next to the black might be too away from where I want to be. So yeah, you'll see what I mean when I get round to oh dear. I could just dump them all in one jar and then not worry about them, but that might not be fun either. I don't know whether my sort of OCD style would let me. I've never been diagnosed with OCD, but the more I hear people talk about it, I sort of kind of get the, yeah, that's me. That could be me. Oh, another empty bag. Way, we like having empty bags. That's a lot easier to dekit if there's nothing in it. Oh dear. So yeah, we've been having pretty much fun this week. We've had hubby's been and had, I think that's the grey blue again. I'm going to keep those on one side. I want to look at those colours better. This lighting, as I say, isn't brilliant for doing this. But at least I can work out what's pink and what's red. It's just those over there that have been naughty. Another empty bag. Whoa, why have I been putting empty bags in here? Okay, how strange. Never mind. Oh, these are all the ones with the numbers on, look. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put them into the colours first, and then I'll sort the colours out. So, oh, that's like a purpley colour, so we'll put that on one side. Is that like a yellowy green? And that's and that's pink. Hot pinks. I love it when I come across a hot pink. Look at that dark red as well. Now that's brown. So where have I put reds? Reds are there, look, hiding underneath the gold. Come on, chaps, play the game. So yeah, hubby's been and had his cataract surgery, not cataract surgery, he's been and had his implant put in his eye. So he's now bionic sight again. My dad keeps doing the $6 million man music every time he sees. Sorry, anybody that's not old enough to remember that. It was a brilliant programme. It was Steve Austin, $6 Million Man. And his eye used to go, oh, was it his eye? Yeah, it was. It used to go, because you could really zoom in from miles away with his eye that was like a telescope. So, yeah. His eye was a little bit sorer than last time. Is that a word? Sorer? Yeah, I think I put those with purples, didn't I? So yeah, he was a little bit out of sorts, but we got there. And to be honest, the hospital, I love our eye hospital. Well, I love it loosely. You know, nobody really likes hospital, but it's like a well-oiled machine. You know, you go in there, and it's just like a conveyor belt. You know, you go in, you have one thing done, and then they test you, and then they test you, and they just move you all along all the time. And they always seem to run, unless they've got somebody that's on sick or they've had an unexpected something happen, then it just seems to work really well, and you just never get delays. And hubby's appointment was, what time was it? 8, well, we had to be there for 8 o'clock in the morning because they get everybody in at the same time, and then you just allocated your slot and you go along. If somebody comes in with an emergency, you know, you get detached retinas coming and things. I think that happened the last time I went in for an eye operation, and so I was sort of like bumps down the queue a bit, but you don't mind. You just want to, you know, your sight's really, really important. And I just think, gosh, if I couldn't see, I just don't know what I'd do. I know people do manage, and there's some marvellous people out there, but my sight, oh gosh, I wouldn't be able to do my diamond painting. I wouldn't be able to, well, look after hubby, basically. Well, I suppose I could. I know people adapt, don't they? So there's some wonderful, marvellous people out there. So I don't know what that colour is either. I think that's grey as well. Got a lot of hot pink in here. So yeah, he was supposed to go down, well, he was down at 8 o'clock. We had to be there at 8 o'clock. We got there at 8 o'clock. And I'm just looking at that now. Is that pink or is that, no, that's pink. There's not many reds, is there, in DMC colours? I think that could be black. Have a look at that one as well. That's blue. Oh, I've kept all my empty bags here. This is where all my empty bags have gone, look. No wonder I was thinking, I'm sure I had more numbered bags than this. They're all here. Oh, look. I'm going to be sat putting little bags in rows of numbers now to sort them out as well. Right, that's a standard drill, so that wants to go in this bag here. So yeah, hubby went for his op, and I got a phone call at 9:30 from him saying, I'll be ready in 15 minutes, can you come and get me? They'd got through the list really, really quickly. They'd had no problems. They're blues. Why am I putting blues with greens? So yeah, he was done. We were home by 10:30, which was just amazing. Yeah, well done to the eye hospital in Hull. They did a marvellous job, so thank you very much, chaps. And yeah, he's just got his drops this time. It's because he's got water at the back of his eye and he has to have, well, he used to go for injections every 4 weeks, but the specialist decided that they would try these, well, they're a chip, as I say, like the bionic man, in the back of his eye. Well, they try this chip in his eye and see how that worked out. And yeah, it's certainly done okay on his on one of his eyes. His other eyes is a little bit blurry and not brilliant. Why have I put that? Oh, because they've got numbers on. I'm going to sort the number ones out in a bit, aren't I? That's orangey colour, and that's blue. So I need some more bags. Right, I've got some bags now. Just pinched them out of these Craft Buddy kits. Okay. Plain bags to substitute for ones with numbers on, and I'm just literally going to put all the blue ones in here and then all the green ones in the green bag and do it that way. So yeah, that makes life a little bit easier. I better grab a tray, right, so that when I'm tipping them I know what I'm doing. Famous last words. Right, so anyway, so he's home from that. Then the day after, we got the phone call from the diabetic nurse, just seeing how we're going. She's leaving his insulin how it is, so that's okay as well. And yeah, do you know, all the nice weather that we've had, I just can't believe it. It slung it down. We got up sort of, well, 6:30, 7 o'clock, because it takes a while to get breakfast ready and get a hubby out of bed and ready and everything. And so we like to get up early because we do, I don't know, we just seem to be rushing around at last minute when we're going out places and we have to be there on a certain time. So yeah, chaos reigns in this house. It's a good job there's only the two of us and Millie Moo, the little Scotty. Otherwise I don't know what we'd do with more people living here. Probably fall over them, to be honest. So anyway, yeah, we get up and it's raining, absolutely slinging it down. And to be fair, it did rain more or less all day, and I just thought, all the nice weather we've had, and I've been moaning on here how hot and sticky and humid it is, and it's hot and sticky and humid again today, and it also was yesterday. But the day we go to the hospital, oh no, it has to rain. And if anybody's ever been out in a wheelchair in the rain, it's not nice. I mean, we have this enormous umbrella that covers over hubby and his wheelchair, but the trouble is when he puts it over his head, it tends to be eye level with me because I'm quite tall. So I'm sort of like saying, well, I can't see where I'm going, and please don't stab me in the eyes with it, otherwise I definitely won't be able to see where I'm going. And oh my goodness, mate. So he must look like a Dalek, you know, going along with like this big black hoop, well, umbrella hoop style over the top of him. And me sort of like saying, which way am I going now? Where am I going? What can you see? I did actually, I don't very often use the disabled stickers and pack on double yellow lines or anything, but because it was raining, I just thought, oh, I'm not arguing with anybody. You know, if I get a ticket, I do. I just plonked the badge on the screen and I just ran into the hospital to get in. We're having this problem, is he's got this electric wheelchair. We've only had it 18 months, but the battery keeps dropping off. It's a foldable wheelchair, so it will go in the boot, and it was a lot of money, a real lot of money. And yeah, to be fair, I was a little bit conned. I can't believe I fell for it, but you live and learn, don't you? When the guy sold us the wheelchair, he said, oh, look, you can pick it up with one hand. Well, yeah, you can, but there's a big difference between picking something up in a showroom with one hand and having to hike it into the boot of a car. It is quite heavy. So it only weighs a suitcase. I thought, well, it might do, but yeah, there's usually two of us being able to do that. Of course, you know, there isn't. I have to just hike it in there, and yeah, anyway. But for whatever reason, the clip on the wheelchair, on the battery, has come loose. And we did, because the whole thing just blanked, stopped working. And we called somebody out. £79 call out charge. And it wasn't like we called them out there and then. They came the next day. You know, it wasn't like an emergency come straight away call out. God, goodness knows how much that would have been. And yeah, £79. And he said, oh, it's just this little clip underneath, look. This is where the battery goes on and off. Well, to be fair, I'd not even looked. You know, electrical, technical stuff. I mean, I'm so clumsy, I tend to stay away from anything like that. And yeah, he's saying to me, oh, you know, why am I putting these into other bags when there's no number on them? You didn't tell me, did you? Look, I've got carried away with my story and I didn't need to change those. It's only the ones with the numbers on that I'm wanting. Do you know, just call me chaos. What can I say? Anyway. So yeah, this guy came and he said, oh, these batteries are always like this on these chairs. I thought, that's another thing the salesman didn't tell us. So we'll have to take it back in, because every now and again, this battery, it just seems to work loose. And I thought, oh, it's me lifting it in and out of the car. But when we got to the hospital, before I took it out the car, I checked that it was fully clipped in. This little clip has to go over the battery. To make sure that it's done. It must be the vibrations of the chair going along. Right, that one's okay. That one's in a normal bag without any numbers on. And so I knew that the battery was okay and that it'd be okay, but I get to the hospital. As I say, I'm parked on a double yellow line. He's rushing to get in and it's raining. And I hope his battery has dropped out the bottom of his wheelchair. It's sort of like, it's got like a slide thing underneath the seat and you have to slip it in, and there's a clip that has to clip as it goes in. And as I say, it was on the floor. So the poor lady that was sat with me was on the phone to her husband, and she nearly shot through the roof because she wondered what on earth it was, because the whole thing just went bang. A little bit like my fan falling off the desk the other day when I was filming. And the poor lady, you know, jumped out of her skin. I mean, it was onto like one of the hospital floors, which don't have carpets or anything, you know, so it was like a concretey type floor, I suppose they are, with lino or whatever on. And yeah, so she jumped out of her skin, poor lady. Even her husband on the other end of the phone said, goodness me, what's that? Are you okay? I think he thought that the ceiling was falling in. And of course then, you can't put the battery back in when somebody sat in the chair, because it's sort of like it weighs down a little bit, so it goes a different shape, so you can't get the battery in. So, oh my goodness. So I had to say, right, I just said to him, right, I'm parked on double yellow lines, thank you nurses, you know, and they're all saying, do this, do this, do this, and I'm saying, yeah, thank you. They're giving us all these leaflets and telling us what to do and what happens if, you know, there's an emergency or anything like this happens, and if you see any of these symptoms and all the rest of it. And then we had to go out in the rain, and I'm having to push him. And because it's the manual, because it's the electric wheelchair, it's very low down, and I'm quite tall. So I have to really stoop, and I've got this umbrella sort of attacking me from in front of me. I'm like, oh. And we got in the car. Well, I just couldn't stop laughing in the end. And he says, are you okay? What are you laughing for? I said, could we have looked and this been any more ridiculous than it is now? Anyway, when we got home, it had sort of like, it was a fine drizzle rather than a torrential downpour. So if I open the boot, I can sort of like stand under the boot lid as it opens up. And it's a little bit of shelter from the rain anyway. So I put his battery back on his chair and eventually got him into the house. But oh dear, what a day. What an absolute exploit that was. So yeah, just a quick little trip to the hospital. As I say, everything at the hospital went really well. He was in and out and back home sort of in 2 hours, well, just over 2 hours. And yeah, all that chaos happened as well. So, and then yesterday, I turned the car on. I had to go and run some errands for my mum and dad. And we're just driving along, and all of a sudden this light comes up on the car, and it says, oh, do you know, I've just done that again, look, and that one hasn't got any numbers on it. Oh dear. Right, I don't know why I didn't just change all these bags in the first place. Anyway, so I want blues, so I'll keep those out. Right, these, that one's got a number. These haven't got numbers, so I can reuse them. Just let me double check these have all got numbers. So anyway, well, that one hasn't got a number on it either. These are definitely videos on what not to do when you're trying to sort out your gems. How not to diamond paint should my channel should be called. Right, so that's those. Oh, there's still a couple in there. Let me just escort them out to get rid of them actually. Okay. So yeah, this little light comes up in the car and it says tyre pressure warning. I thought, oh dear. And I'm ashamed to say that in the whole of my life, and my pinks next, yeah, I'll go on to pinks next. I have never done a tyre pressure check. You know, you go to those little machines at the petrol stations and things. I've never actually gone and put air in a tyre. I know that's disgusting, isn't it? I've been driving for years. I've had a car since I was 25. And yeah, I've never done it. I've always had other people to do it for me, you know. So I don't know whether that's red. I think that might be red. So yeah, I've never actually had the need to do it. And all of a sudden this little light in the car's saying, hello, we need you to pop into the garage and get your car checked and get your tyres done. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And he'll be saying, oh, well, just go and I'll tell you what to do and I'll show you how to do it. And then he says to me, what tyre pressure should it be? Why are you asking me? So I'll have to get the manual out and have a look and see what it should be. There's no puncture, I don't think, unless it's a really, really slow one, because it came up as like this number. I think it's a 24 or something like that. And it didn't change in the whole time of coming back from my parents. It stayed the same. So what's actually gone on, I don't know. What's happened, I don't know. I'm slightly tempted to ring the RAC. I know, don't come at me. That's just, oh my goodness, can't you do it yourself kind of moment. But if it does need a new tyre or whatever, then, you know, I need to know what I'm doing. And so, oh dear. These things are sent to triers. I could have done without that yesterday because I was running around just say doing errands, and all of a sudden you get this blink, 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 and I thought, oh no. That's the trouble, you see. You get these cars. Our car is a Motability car. For anybody not in the UK, it's basically if you're disabled and you get a higher rate of a certain benefit, then you are entitled to get a car. And you just, instead of getting the benefit, you pay the money to the car dealership and they do all the servicing and all that kind of stuff and look after the car. You're just basically leasing the car, I suppose, for 3 years. So, I mean, I'm not even sure if it was a puncture, whether I have to pay for the tyre or whether it's covered under the scheme and they would do it. I really have no idea because, you know, say this is the first time we've done things like this. Hubby only became disabled 4 years ago, so, you know, we're still on that learning curve. I am in a Facebook group, so I might ask on there and see what everybody says, which is another reason why I thought, because the RAC membership is included with this Motability scheme, so I thought, yeah, I'll see what they say. Anyway, I haven't done. I think what I'm going to do, our lovely friend and neighbour, I might just ask him to follow me to the garage around the corner and just sort of like show me what to do so that I don't stand there looking like a total idiot thinking, which button do I press? How do I work this machine? Yeah, then we can do that. But I do need to look in the book first to see what the tyre pressure should be. At least I know what the tyre pressure should, that you have to get a certain tyre pressure. You just don't go and blow it up like a football or a bike tyre or something. It does need to be a set pressure. So at least, as I say, I do know that. It's not like I'm having to just go and explode the tyre or whatever. Oh, fingers crossed anyway. You know how clumsy I am. I'm just, yeah, oh dear. Dreading doing it, but still. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, that was yesterday. and we've had that much laundry to do this week. I've felt like I've been an actual laundry service. I just seem to have been wash upon wash upon wash. And my little washing machine saying, "Are you wanting more washing? Oh my goodness, just blinking, leave me alone." Right, are these browns? Yeah, these are the browns. So I'll keep the browns out just in case we decide to go on the brown instead of the blue with that one, but we'll see. So maybe if I ought to change these out as I'm going along. Yeah. So Millie usually goes on a night, well, my neighbour, our friend and neighbour, takes her out on a walk, and he's been taking her out on his nighttime walk as well. He usually likes to go in his car and go, you know, on this real like country walk that we have at the outskirts of the village. And he's been taking little Millie Moo with him, but it's getting really dark now, so they're going there in the morning instead. And yeah, she's just not into that routine at all. She sets off down the street and then looks back at him as if to say, "No, we go in the car on a night, we don't go in the morning." So this morning she set off, and then she just sort of like stood and looked at him, and he said, "No, I'm not going that way, I'm coming this way." So she came trotting back, and you know, she gets in the car and she sits on the back seat. He's got it all nicely done out for her, you know, she's like the Queen of Sheba. Yeah, he just, well, really looks after her. It's like dog share nearly, you know. She's at his house quite a bit, but it started mainly when hubby was in hospital, and he used to look after Millie a lot for us, because obviously I was having to go to the hospital a lot. I must admit, when I was coming in from the hospital, I really just was tired. I mean, daft as it sounds, when you're in, you know, visiting in hospitals, you're really just sat there doing absolutely nothing, but it's amazing how tiring it is. Right, that's like a peachy colour, so I might put them in with the oranges. And that's like that funny grey colour again, so that's like that peachy colour. So I'll put that one over there, and we'll just use these golds for now. Look how many golds there are. It's that many different versions of the gold. Imagine sitting and having to colour match all those. Yeah, no, I don't think that's ever going to happen again. No, never say never. Never say never, Liz. So yeah, that's Millie going for a walk. The little pup across the road, oh, we've had quite a bit of fun with that. She's still not wanting to go for a walk, bless her. I'm not quite sure what she's frightened of. You know, because they say that if they take her in the car, maybe she's been watching Millie, I don't know. She's just got belligerent. I mean, she's a terrier after all. You know, she's not the same terrier as Millie, but she's still a terrier. They're still the same stubborn breed. And yeah, she just sits. If they take her out on a lead, she just sits in the middle of the road and refuses to move. We are in a cul-de-sac, don't worry. It's not like there's cars coming all the time. There's only a few of us because we're at like the end of the cul-de-sac nearly. So, you know, she's pretty safe. But yeah, she just doesn't want to go. And I said, they've said if they take her in the car, then she'll walk if they're out somewhere. She doesn't mind going out. She just doesn't want to walk to wherever they're going. So they brought another dog down. I don't know if it was a friend or relative came down with this little dog. Matilda it's called. What a fantastic name for a dog. I just think that's wonderful. And yeah, she was trying to encourage her to sort of like walk. And she got halfway down the street and then came back again. So I don't know. They'll persevere anyway. They'll get there in the end. She's only still a baby. And it's a big bad world out there. And she's maybe just a little bit worried. But yeah, they'll get there. They'll get there. But yeah, it was really funny because Millie is just very, who are you? What are you doing in my street? How dare you be anywhere near me? And she walked straight past little Violet and went straight to Matilda and made a real big fuss of Matilda. And I said, "Oh, you wee madam, what's poor little Violet ever done to you?" Oh dear. Look, is that more green? I think we might put that in the greens. Yeah, I think that's more green. It needed a bag anyway, so yeah, that was quite good fun. Millie is just such a little character. So when we were at my mum and dad's yesterday, and she goes and bounces all over my dad. She absolutely adores him. All she wants to do is play. And then she goes on cat patrol around the back garden. And my mum and dad have got new neighbours. And the new neighbour was in his shed at the bottom of his garden. And Millie just sort of like put a pause on the bottom of the fence. There's like a rung at the bottom of the fence, and was peering at him through the rungs in the fence, because it's not, you know, butted up fully. There's a little bit of a gap in between each fence, like post, well, not posts, they're like, you know, the planks that you make the fence from. And she stood looking at him, and you could see he suddenly became aware that he was being watched. He sort of like turned round, and I just said, oh, hello, you know, and she said, oh, I was, and everything. And I said, oh, she's watching you. And he said, you know, I could feel some eyes boring into my back. I said, oh, well, it wasn't me, it was Millie. So, yeah, he came over and said hello, but it was quite funny. She's just so nosy. And you could see her sort of like looking round him and looking past him to see what was in the shed. She maybe thought there was animals in the shed, you know. Some people have like rabbits and guinea pigs and things, don't they, in sheds. But, yeah. So that was somebody new that she met again. I'm going to run out of bags here. I'll have to get some more bags. These are all these Smashing the Specials one I did in June. Getting them all put away. This is the trouble, you leave it in a big pile and it seems to be a good idea at the time. And then, goodness, it takes 10 times longer if I just did them as I went along and did one at a time. It would be so much easier. Right, so these are the purpley ones. So that one doesn't need a bag. So you don't get many purples, to be fair, or I don't seem to, even though I do quite a few colourful canvases. The kids have all now gone back to school. Youngest granddaughter didn't want to go back to school. She's 9, you know, she's not a baby, but yeah, she was having far too much fun at home. She's my little granddaughter that likes diamond painting. My eldest granddaughter did used to like diamond painting, but she's far too much into other things now. You know, we're at that teenage stage where it's all false eyelashes and oh my goodness me. Yeah, I think when I was her age, well, I certainly wasn't wearing makeup and things, but anyway, times have changed. Right, so onto the oranges now. All these bags, I'm going to spend hours now going through all these bags. Don't worry, I won't inflict them on you. So they're all oranges. So are these orange or are these gold? See, I think they're quite peachy. They're definitely orange. They're, ooh, they're gold, I think, really. And they're gold. They're definite orange. That's got a number on. That's got a number on. That has... Ooh, that's one of my posh numbered bags. So, yeah. So I think they're quite peachy, so I'm going to put them in with the oranges. I will put that one in with the golds. And I'll put these into little bags. So nearly at the end of this, and then we'll actually get on to what I was supposed to be doing for the video in the first place. So, yeah, the ceiling video is coming. I've decided I think I'm going to do that downstairs because I need quite a lot of surface area so that I can leave things out for drying, because things do take, well, they say a couple of hours, and yeah, things do when you're sealing them take a couple of hours, but I like to leave them at least overnight so that they are fully set. So I may do that in the conservatory, albeit it is very, very hot in there. Look, I've just spilt those. Get into that bag. Look, if you escape, you might end up in the bin, because I'm not chasing round today. Oh dear. Yeah, I can see some of these colours are actually the same or look very, very similar. And I'm thinking, oh, I could put this in with this bag and I could put this in with this bag. And I'm not going to do it. I'm just not doing it. I'm doing the colour match thing because I know I will be forever. Right, I'm just going to get these last ones done and then I'm going to have to go hunt some new bags. Right, oh, come on. Look, it's all been going so well and then you just get one bag wet. They just don't want to come out. Right, everybody out of that bag. And you are going to this bag. These aren't the best bags in the world, I have to say. But they will do for now. Just for this little job and for putting these in. Look, last bag. You can hear that snap on that one. Right, so they can now go into there. That's it. So just 2 colours to go. So bear with me and I will get those. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, I have just put all the greens away. Because, yeah, I forgot to press record. I paused because I had to go hunting. Had to go hunting for some new bags and I forgot to press record again when I came back. I do have a jar with all my very similar red ones in, and then I just have a little bag for the very dark red ones. Yeah, so that's the red and green put away, so I don't apologise because all of those now put into colour categories and all done and dusted for now, so I can put those out the way. I'll keep those little bags there. Okay, now back to this picture. So let us have a look. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So just put some little labels on. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And we'll see if we can find some colours that are going to go with these. So it's only a partial, this one, and there's hardly anything on it, and I have got another canvas that I want to do the same thing with it, but I'm going to do this one first and we'll see how this one looks, and then we'll have a look at the other one. Okay, so I'm going to leave the standard blacks. Now then, did we think that one of these was black? That's like a purpley colour. That's like a grey colour. I think that one is black. Oh, it's got a blue in there as well. Just have a look at these colours. Sorry, I'm tipping them towards the light so I can see a little bit what they are. That one is actually a blue. And I think that one's like a beigey colour. Are those the same colour? I think those are the same colour. That one's a slightly different one. And that one is a sort of smoky grey, darker colour. So I'll put these two in together and then we'll have a look. Is that one the same as that one? Is that blue or is that grey? Don't know. Mind you, to be fair, when you put them on the canvas, if you realise they don't look right, you can just take them off. And just pick out the ones that are the same and that do go together, and I have done that in the past as well. So I don't know whether I'm using these or not, but we'll see. Yeah, they were a slightly different colour to that one. Depends how many we need to see the black. Oh no, it's the brown bit, isn't it? It's just these bits here. Oh, so I think that probably would be enough to do those. Right, let me put these blacks in this tray first with my beautiful butterfly. Oh, that's good. Look, butterfly canvas, butterfly scissors. These were from Temu. Still need my tray. Look, I've put it out of the way, but I do need my tray. Gosh, it's ages since I've kitted anything up because I've been doing smashing the specials. Goodness. Right, it's rubbish. So let's just put... one's number 1, and then number 2, as I say, they've got it as like a burgundy type colour, but I think with the black drills it needs to be sort of a grey colour, and I think possibly that one. I think they're going to be too light, so I think we'll go with this one for number 2. I am going to keep the normal drills as well. I'll keep those in my packet, because if I decide, oh no, it doesn't look right, then I can always just change it all back again. So I think we decided that one, didn't we? Yeah, I think they are actually black, so I'm going to put those in my black jar. You know, I do think now, looking at them in this light, they are the same, so I'm going to put those in with those as well. But I think I'm going to go for the darker colour, so it's a contrast but not like a different colour contrast. I'm not even sure that I would have liked having the burgundy anyway on the butterfly. I think I would have preferred a different colour, or this browny colour anyway, so yeah. And I've just put them all in there, and they really want to go in this little tub, don't they? So did I decide on the darker colour or the lighter colour? That's really, really light. That's almost pink. That is definitely blue, so that wants to go in with blues. Yeah, I think that might be a pinky colour. So I'm going to use the darker one, and I'll take out the lighter one. So I'll put these in here. And I'll just throw them all over, shall I? Yeah, let's just throw them all over. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there, Liz. So this one won't take much doing, because there's not much on it. And they're like a grey blue anyway, to match in with sort of the butterfly, so it's not too bad. Let's just tap these down a little bit. In you go, everybody in. Right. So that is those. Then we want number 3. So now then, this is going to be the fun bit. 3, 4 and 5. Matching up these 3 blues with some of these blues. So they're sort of more turquoisey and bright blues, aren't they? So let us have a look. Okay, just scoop that up there a bit. Pop those up there. Keep my scissors there. So we're sort of a lightish colour. And then that's like a, ooh, that might be a bit dark. Let's take all the turquoisey type ones out first. That's sort of a palish blue. Oh, this might work okay actually. And that's a bit darker blue. So let's see. Oh, look at that blue. That's safe. Anybody used to have the Vicks Vapor Rub? That just reminds me of the like jar that used to come in. Strange child, I know. Let me just put all these there. And all the darker blues there. And then like all the middle blues. That's a pale blue, we don't want that one, and that's an even paler blue. These are all the turquoisey type ones. It's like a mid blue. It's very, very pale. Yeah, they're more a paley colour, aren't they? Paley, is that a word? These are darker. Dark. That's a really dark one. That's sort of that colourish. Look, I'm more or less colour matching these. And I said I wasn't going to do this, but anyway. Let's see. Right, so that's... You just realise how many colours there are when you start doing this. As long as I can get enough to do the project. And that's all we need really. There's not many of those, is there? For that colour. It's the darker one. No, that's a slightly different colour. These are really, really pale, so we don't want really, really pale, so they can go. So I would like it to be quite vibrant. They're quite pale as well, so they can go. Right, let's have a look at this middle colour, because we don't seem to have quite as many of these. So will I have enough? Because that is number 4, and it looks like that's quite a fullish packet. They are sort of the same-ish. Oh, that's a bit more bluey. Okay, so they're definitely the same. That's a little bit darker, and that's a very pale one. So that's not the right one, so it looks like we've only got 2 of those. That's a shame. Okay. Unless I go pale. I don't really want to go pale, though. No, I want to be a bit... No. So, okay, I'll keep those out for now. Let's have a look at these turquoisey colours then. So these are more of a greeny one. Okay, that's sort of a greeny one as well. That's, oh, that could be, that's a similar blue to that one. It depends what they look like, you see, when you get them actually on the canvas, because sometimes they can really stand out and look really wrong, as it were. Let's have a look. That's like a greeny one. Yeah, it's going to be going with whatever I've got the most colour of. So that's that colour. That's quite a nice colour. See, that's more... Yeah, that's very green. That's really pale. Oh, that could be that colour. No. Unless I just get my box out. This might have been the better thing to do in the first place, because these are the ones that are already colour matched. So where am I looking? Blues. That's purple. That looks like black there. Why have I got black 93 in there? Okay, not quite sure why I've got... Right. Oh, they're all the Craft Buddy ones. I've opened my box. Yes, I've got my box completely the wrong way around, haven't I? These are all the Craft Buddy crystals and numbers at this side. Oh. No wonder I can't read my labels. Oh dear. Liz, what are you like? Right, so let me just move those. I do like that colour, I think, the best. They're all a little bit greeny. And they're all a little bit not quite the right colour. So let's see, in amongst these, I might have some... Ah, look, I've got lots of those. Oh, good. So I can do that one, that colour then. Let's see if we've got this turquoisey colour now then. So these are all ones where I've gone through and colour matched. Oh my goodness me, it's taken me forever. So that's not... That's more of that one, isn't it? Or do I prefer doing more of the turquoisey one? And that's the greeny one again. Okay, so let's have a look at these. I think I'm going to have to go with that colour so that I've got enough, because I'm not wholly sure on that colour. Yeah, that's more the greeny one. So, right, so that is going to be number 5. Yeah, don't get them muddled up now, Liz, after you've spent all this time looking. Oh dear, so let's just do a... I'll put a few more in, because we've certainly got plenty. It's a way of using up your spare crystals as well. So let's put that one back in blue. So that is that colour, number 5. Pop that in there. So now we're looking at this colour. Oh, we've got that colour there. Oh no, that could be that. Oh, that would be nice for that colour. So let's see then. So let me see if I can match some of these up, because I think that is a really nice colour. So they're definitely the same. I think they're a little bit different. And they're the same. So I think we're going to have enough. They're a different colour. So I think we will have enough. Oh, do you know, I forgot the dustbin this morning. Oh my goodness me. Our dustbin men usually come at around about 10, half 10, 11 o'clock. This morning they turned up at 8:30. I'm sat there watching the TV with my cup of tea in my nightie, because I thought, oh, I'm not getting dressed. I'll get dressed in a bit and I'll take the dustbin out. Dustbin men arrive. And I thought, do I risk running down the street with a dustbin after the dustbin men in my nightie, giving the neighbours a real good laugh and a bit of a display, or do I think, well, I'm just going to have to manage till next week? And I'm just going to have to manage till next week, because I decided, no, nobody needs to see me in my nightie running down the street after the dustman. So I have a full dustbin, and yeah, a fortnight again before they come and empty it. Oh no, so I'll have another fortnight's rubbish. Our neighbour has kindly said I can put some in his dustbin, because I was telling him and he said, oh dear, didn't you fancy a jog down the street? Then I said, I didn't. So yeah, it's not a good look. Oh dear, it was just yeah. Oh. You just imagine me running down the street. I mean, to be honest, they'd have probably put the foot down and not done anybody else's dustbins either, if I'd have gone running down the street after them. You know, they say, oh no, it's the mad woman, she's coming to get us. Is that number 3 or is that number 4? That's number 4. I've just put the wrong lid on it, look. I'm not good at multitasking, what can I say? So I think that would be quite nice. So I think those 3, that greeny blue, and that turquoisey blue, are going to be quite nice together. Just hope that one's enough of a contrast. Let me just have a look and see if we've got a different one, because I'm just thinking that might not be enough of a contrast. I wonder if I do the real dark blue. No, that's not going to be right. Let's see, which other one have I got a lot of that's quite a darkish colour? Let's see, that's the green one you see there. I'm looking at some of these thinking I haven't colour matched these very well at all. So they're quite a... I suppose I could go darkish. But then that colour's not looking right with those now. No, I think there will be enough of a contrast. I think that's going to be okay. I'm going to go with that one. Right, and this time I will take the piece of card out, so hopefully they will pour a bit better and not decide to jump all over the desk. Oh, well, one's decided to go over the top. Okay. Just wondering... Come on. Oh, get in there. That's number 3. That one's the one that's got the most colour, isn't it? Let me just look at these. Let me put all these away a minute and just have another look at these colours again. Gosh, if you think I'm taking ages on this one, wait till I get to the next one. It's got more colours. Right, and I need to put all these away in this bag here. Keep tidy as I go along. They're all blue. Where are they at? They're all blue. And these are all blue. And they're ones I'm putting away separately. I'll just pop those at the front there. So that's to go in my other box. Right, this is my butterflies. So, I'm just wondering if I swap those over, what the impact would be. So, number 5 is the wings, yeah, okay. Number 4, and number 3 is the darker one. No, the darker one needs to be like the ribbon, I think, on the butterfly. So we'll see how we go. As I say, I can always take it all off and decide to change it all if it doesn't look right. But fingers crossed it will. Okay, so huge thank you for staying with me for this little chat and this long-winded looking for just 5 gems. If you have enjoyed this video, as always, a thumbs up is very much appreciated. Any comments or questions in the comments down below. And if you want to come back and see what we get up to next, then if you press that subscribe button down in this corner over here and the all notifications bell pops up, you'll be notified when any of my videos come up, so you're not going to miss anything. Yay! Okay, thanks ever so much for stopping by, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.